go ahead and switch on over to the table now. They're picking stages, so Town and City being one of the, how many legal stages? 5?
5 total, and I believe out of those,
a couple.
The starter stages are Pokemon Stadium 2, Final Destination, Battlefield, Smashville, and Town and City are the starter stages. So those are the ones that they can pick from right now. And the way that works, a lot of times you will, quote unquote, gentlemen's pick and gentlemen's agree to go somewhere, and you'll just say, hey, are you cool with PS2? Yeah, awesome. Okay, let's do it. But if you don't want to do that, you can always ban. You can always say, nope, we're going to play rock, paper, scissors. We're going to see who gets to pick. And at that point, after game number 1 is done, the full stage set comes into play. So not only do you get to pick from the 5 starter stages, the 3 counter picks come into play as well. And those additional stages are Kalos, Yoshi's Story, and Lilac Cruise. On top of that as well, you do get to pick Battlefield variations and Omega variations of a few of the different stages too, and we'll talk about that in a second. But here we go. We have Pride versus Big Shlorpi, a Bowser versus Banjo matchup. Now, ideally, this is not the stage you want to be at if you're playing against Bowser. A lot of people call this stage Bowser's Playground.
Yeah.
This is the place you want to be if you are Bowser. So, the thing is, I think it's tough. Few reasons for that. Number 1, Bowser's... Oh, he saw that coming a mile away. But that move you just saw right there, Bowser's command grab, where he just scoops you up, goes in the air with you, and slams you on the ground. These stages, these platforms make that a whole lot easier for him to KO you, because they just make it a little bit higher up.
Yep.
And it's hard for you to force him to miss those, because they are just covering this thing.
Yep.
On top of that, just how big those Bowser claws are, those platforms sometimes feel like they just trap you in there.
That makes
yeah.
I can definitely see where the stage gets its nickname from now, its reputation.
It's a definitely a little bit of an advantage if you are a Bowser player here.
This is one of the original stages, if I'm not mistaken, right?
It is. So this one, Battlefield. No, so there was nothing like this in Smash, in the original Smash. However, when Melee came out, there was Yoshi's Story, which is another one of the legal stages, which is very, very similar to this. The only difference is the blast zones are a little bit smaller, and there's slants on the right at the ledges. It slants down a tiny bit.
That's a good comeback there.
Yeah. Picking up, he read that just a second with the down air and was able to get him right at the ledge. And it looks like Big Shlorp has a little bit of trouble getting his feet.
Right,
yeah, he's had a little bit of trouble finding the ground and figuring how to get this going. Oh. Scoops him up with the Bowser Bomb and finishes out for the 3-stock there.
Big Shlorp is looking a little nervous right now.
Yeah,
definitely.
As he said, he's 12 years old. His first time on stream.
Yeah, definitely
playing against one of the better players in this tournament. So yeah, it's a tough spot to be in if you're him. But it's a tough spot, but definitely a cool spot.
Yeah.
He can look back and watch these VODs and be like, hey, check me out. Look at me. I had 30 people watching me play video games.
Exactly right. Yeah. And I will say the last game too. The last game he just played where he actually won 2-1. He lost his first game, and it looked like he was a little bit defeated about it, but he brought it back pretty quick, and he read. It was Little Mac. He was able to read a lot better than I ever expected. So we'll see if it goes any better for him this time.
Here we go, counter pick. They decided to go straight over to Pokemon Stadium 2. Yeah, I think he's been, I think if I had to give a little bit of advice to Big Shlorp, it would be he relied a little bit on that move right there.
Yeah.
And honestly, it is a great move. It is what makes Banjo as usable as he is. A lot of people say, like, hey, if Banjo didn't have that move, he would
probably
not be very viable. Oh man, it worked out.
Yeah.
But the thing is, using any move too much will, no matter what, you will find a defense about it, and it'll become an easy read.
Yep.
Second is you can't use it that much. It has that little feather meter at the top, and it goes bye-bye soon. So if you're relying on it and now it's gone, and you can't rely on it, then what are you going to do?
Yep. Ooh,
he must have. He threw out that attack just as he just missed his window to grab the ledge. And he's trying to get as much equity out of that stock as he could just to get as much percent onto Pride as he could figure out, and it did not work out for him.
Yeah, it looks like exactly what you said. Pride's being able to read those moves a little bit better.
Yeah.
And
runs away from it. And that, do you see how he barely got away from that?
Yeah.
Falco is not one of the fastest characters in the game, but he's definitely he's up there. So a lot of characters wouldn't have been able to outrun that. But good on Pride for knowing that he would be able to make it happen.
Ooh,
yeah, he didn't have a jump, and that
started off strong, but
Still playing good though.
Yeah, he needs to get this figured out, and yeah, now we're starting to see some of the streams, and this is what Velko is dang good at. Is great spot dodge.
Nice.
But is it going to be enough? I don't think so. I think that Pride has got a pretty good read on him, and Big Shlorp, he needs a little bit more comfortability with the full move set, I think.
Yep. And just being able so that he can switch up a little bit more and things like that. Yep.
And now he's in another thing is once you lose the feathers. Oh, did he get a spike on that? Oh, he sure did. Yeah. Man, good on him. Good on Big Shlorp. Like I said, 12 years old, being on stream for the first time. That's cool. That's a lot of fun.
But also, nice job, Pride. You know, being able after that counter pick, being able to read those moves after a while. It really seemed like Big Shlorp had a good advantage in the beginning, but after he lost that first stock, when he shot himself down, I think that's when it went to go downhill for him from there.
Yep.